Hey spuddies, Potatomcwhiskey here and welcome back to Let's Play Civilization 5 as Sweden in the Vox Populi Mod. Now where we left off, we were in the process of sending an army up to Sipar and possibly to take on Nebuchadnezzar. However, we do have to do a bit of work here. I've been kind of prioritizing some interesting things, but I think I'm going to have to kind of retool my empire here because we're going to be hitting a very important timing soon. And I need to start focusing on science quite a bit here, or else I'm going to start falling behind too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through my empire here and make sure that I am prioritizing the important things. For example, the School of Philosophy. If we just quickly go through our cities, for example, this city actually generates a hell of a lot of science. 34 science right now. When you compare that to our capital, which is only generating 24. So I wonder where's that extra science coming from? Was that, well, it was over here somewhere. Where was that city? Let's see. It was Helsinki. So let's take a look at Helsinki and see why it's getting so much science. Okay, so it's getting so much science because of the trade route. That's fair. So we're gonna build a School of Philosophy in our capital, and we're gonna prioritize that just behind the caravan. We're also probably going to go through our empire here and make sure that we have prioritized the library and the important buildings. So we're building a forge here. Ideally, I want all of these buildings. I would maybe like the armory a little bit sooner, maybe after the caravansary. Perhaps I like the armory first. Yeah, but I'll go like forge, armory. I already have a library in here. The heroic epic is something I want to get, preferably in my capital as well, because that's where I built the most amount of units. And I believe the heroic epic will apply the buff to your units after. Even if you build it after the units have been out for a while. Okay, so again, this is another one of those cities where I kind of want everything here, but the order kind of does matter. I'm thinking, let's have a look here, right? We've got an occupation problem, and then we will probably have sort of this sort of thing to go on. That'll be fine like that. Okay. Now we've got a forge and an arena coming up here. We have our library. Ideally, again, I kind of want all of these buildings, right? But it's just a matter of what's the order. So I think a forge, arena, armory, caravan, bats, all these things are things I want. Again, I could also go for the Angkor Wat here. And I do have a really big empire, so it would be worthwhile. How long have I had that unlocked? It's been unlocked for a long time. Do you think I could go for it, maybe? What's my fastest city to build it? Let's see. 14 turns in the cap, 11 turns over here, 13 turns here. I think I'll go for the 11 turn. Which one? Which city was that? That was over here. So yeah, I think I will go for the 11 turn Angkor Wat. I should have attempted this a long time ago, but we'll give it a go. We'll see if we can get it, you know? I'll put you on production focus for whatever it's worth, and that'll be fine. Okay. Let's go ahead and make sure that we have kind of done that same thing in every city. So here we're getting walls. I think we're trying to take care of the crime need in here. So the really important buildings we have the library. The other really important building for me, I would say, arenas, armories are quite important here. Because they buff up the things I already have in here. What else could be good? The forge is important for production, so maybe like maybe walls, arena, forge, armory, that sort of thing. And then, you know, we are going to want all of these buildings in some order, but you know, the order isn't super important. I think we just want to get them all. And I'm doing this partially to try to just cut down the amount of micromanagement I'm doing, because I'm getting through the game quite slowly here. And I think by just doing this, you know, doing small optimization things like arena, forge, armory, that's fine. And then we'll stick down like temple. Walls are also pretty important. I might go like arena walls. Might go like arena forge walls, I think would be reasonable. Or I'll go arena walls, forge, armory. And I'll pick up all these buildings as well because I want them all. It's just, you know, the order is not so important. I think this is a city where I would like to pick up walls as well because that'll give me happiness. I'll pick up walls. I will pick up the barracks, the arena, the forge, and then the herbalist temple. That'll all be fine. In particular, we want to actually prioritize the barracks here perhaps because there's science on it, and similarly we may want to prioritize the armory in these cities a little bit higher. Because there is science on those armories, and that bit of science is quite good, although I will let this forge go through. So for example, I might... Well, the School of Philosophy is higher priority. And then I'll just queue up the rest. Although maybe my capital is a little bit... I think I'll micromanage my capital a little bit more. Getting the heroic epic up is pretty important too, so we're going to want to get that done at some point. Can I put you on production focus? How much does that hurt me? Oh, it takes a few turns off. I will put you on production focus for now. Right, so we're going to head up to Separ. Let's get all these units moving. I really, really like the extra movement speed on the... I really, really like the extra movement speed that you get on your siege units with Sweden. It's actually amazingly nice. And I think from here on out, I'm probably going to be just automating my workers. I do need some garrisons down here, preferably archers, although I still have regular archers. So yeah, I'm probably just going to automate you and let you just go to town. I'll intervene where necessary, and I am going to want a few workers to follow with my army eventually, but right now it's fine. Right now I can live without it. I might purchase a worker in Burka. I don't remember if I was saving for anything, but I think it would be worthwhile to just get that picked up. Nope, head up over there. Keep coming. So who else needs orders? You're just going to be automated as well. You're going to come along to the right. Now this envoy, I believe, was heading over to Tyre. I might have been saving for envoys. I'm going to heal you up in here. So we spent about 7 minutes there just reorganizing our empire, making sure... Although we're not even finished, to be honest, because there is just so many cities in this empire. So let's take a quick check here. So this is another one. I want the library, I want the barracks, I want the arena. So let's do library, barracks, forge, arena. Walls are also really important here. When do I get them? I could prioritize them for happiness. I will prioritize them for happiness actually. Underneath the library, but ahead of the barracks, I think. Similarly, again over here, it's sort of similar stuff. We want the... This city is kind of on its own and has to fend for itself. I was saving up for a courthouse, wasn't I? Yes, I think I was saving up for the courthouse. This city is kind of on its own, so it needs to get its production up. It has a well, so I'm thinking like... Arena barracks. Walls. We'll just go like courthouse walls. That city's kind of on its own. It might be worth my while to raise that city. It does have a unique luxury on it at least, so that might make it worth keeping. But anyway, there's that turn. Now, we're not quite finished what we want to do in our empire, because we do have to go through here. There are a few more cities, and we can build more of these things. I think I will pick up orders. Let's see, synagogues. I'll grab synagogue in my cap here, because it's going to give me the... Is the holy city over here? Yeah, the synagogue is going to be nice because it'll give me pressure against this religion over here. But more importantly, it's the production here that I'm looking forward to. Hopefully speed up some of these buildings. So I might just set this to auto-purchase the monastery. Now the science from the monastery would be incredible. So let me see here, we have a few choices here. Great artist, great engineer, great scientist. This is in Sigunta. So I think it's either great merchant or great scientist points. I'll take the great scientist points. And that'll pop a great scientist. Now this is one I'm going to want to plop down on the ground. Where do we want to put you? Let's see, how much would I get? I would get 378 science. That's nowhere near enough to be justified. I'm going to throw you down on a tile. I really like to throw these guys down on resources. But I think the most important thing is that it's just on a tile that the city can work. And I think we agreed that my capital was going to be the center of science. So somewhere over here is reasonable. I'm thinking on this marsh because otherwise I'm going to have a hard time doing anything with that tile for a while because I don't have marsh clearing and I'm not planning on going that way. Okay, you fortify there. You take the boarding party. We'll attack there, and then we'll attack there. I should have attacked second, but that's fine. So we got a great scientist, and we're going to plant him on the ground. Another city became religious. What's our pressure like over here? We do have more pressure over here, which is excellent. Barbarian encampment discovered. That's an interesting city. I'm just going to put you on auto explore here now. I think I've used up my energy. So let's quickly just go through and check if there's any cities that we missed. Now in my capital actually, if I could go over here, I'm going to want the national monument in here as well. Because that's extra great people growth, which is quite nice because we have a few of those things in here. We do want our writers guilds up as well. And the capital is another good place to build that, maybe. That's all sort of, you know, hard to find time for. We'll hold off on the... I think my cap is going to hold... I think I'm probably going to be feeding my cap so that it can work. Get value out of the National Monument sort of thing and build a Writers Guild in here. I think that's something I might do. So let's quickly go through a few of these. Right, you're building a market. Definitely prioritize the watermill. Definitely prioritize the... library, definitely prioritize the barracks and the arena and the forge, and then that'll be okay. Walls at some point as well would be amazing. These are all like our core buildings that we need to get up here. The market, I'll get that up because I am kind of hurting for gold and I need a lot of gold to sustain this army, in particular as we pick up pace going through the eras now soon. Okay, we can get a pillage off here. I want to wait for my main... Yeah, see, this is the sort of thing. I could have moved here and pillaged that, but I wanted to wait for the main military units to get here because they're going to be the ones that hold the front line. And it's really we're waiting on these pikemen to get up there. Yeah, we could probably purchase another unit up here if we had a barracks. I would maybe like to purchase a longswordsman. Somewhere in my empire. I could purchase a Landsknecht. Oh, I do need to be careful not to prioritize the armory too early, because I do get a production bonus for it later. In a few turns, in fact. I'm going to set you to auto-explore. And I'm just going to have you guys rest up for a turn. And you're going to be automated, Mr. Worker. And you're going to be automated as well. Automated. I'm just automating all my workers to try and just reduce the amount of micromanagement that we're doing. Move up that way. Got the hiccups. Fortifying that town. Oh wow, he must have dropped a great diplomat in here at some point, because I don't remember this being so high. Well, the extra little bit of food we're getting from them is fine. We'll have to kind of maybe build an envoy every now and again to try and attack that. We can take Tyre, though, which will be nice. Okay, so it looks like there's mostly just melee units here. I'm going to auto work you. I'm going to set this up. I have another trade route in here now. Yeah, I think I definitely want to trade with this guy because he's so far ahead. So it's kind of great that he actually put that over there. Although really what I should be doing is looking for my my best available trade routes, and Stockholm to Lake Simcoe was one of the best, and then like the best cash as well. So this is the best science, so it would be Constantinople to Brantford would be a lot of science in here as well. Yeah, we're going to want to be trading with this guy. What are my current trade routes? Okay, that's all fine. Where am I building the next caravan? Over here in Linkoping? That's great. We'll be able to trade with Lake Simcoe again. Give us a bunch of science. Very well. So we want to be at war, really, is the important thing to keep in mind. Like that's where our civilization thrives. Our civilization thrives on war. I would like to pick up compos, so I will after education. Borders grew, bonus yield. I'm not going to micromanage so much just because my empire is so huge that the effort required to micromanage at this scale, I don't think it's worth the... I don't think the reward is worth what you put into it. So I'm just kind of like micromanage. I want to see where this horseman is at all times. So I'm just getting valuable scouting information. You come this way. You come this way. Keep coming as well. Okay, I'm going to bring this city-state into my side, and there is a nice boost to my happiness. You're going to be automated. You're going to fortify. You're automated. You're automated. Fortify. Fortify. This will be traded with Lake Simcoe as well, because that's going to give me a boost of science and culture that I really need. We're sorry this caused a divide. Bonk. Nebuchadnezzar. Market day has begun, so we get an extra +2 gold, which, you know, is pretty nice. We have a decent chunk of gold in here. Let's do some damage. We'll promote a unit. Alrighty, we got another pikeman for the front line. Really, really great. Make your way over there. Let's get a promotion. And another pikeman for the front line. These free units are incredible. They're really making the difference. I think these archers are maybe a little bit outdated. So, oh, I do need to go back and check through here. Yeah, so for example, in this city, I definitely feel like we should be prioritizing different things. Library, barracks, arena, forge are definitely things I want to prioritize. Walls are something I want to prioritize. I want to get my riders guilds up somewhere, but even just getting my libraries up is kind of being a challenge right now. The basics, I'm getting the basics up, which is fine. Let's see, do I have any other cities with like small production queues? Let's see. Yeah, over here. This one's fine the way it is. We've just got a lot to get through here. Now, I will be picking up a extra bit of gold and food in every city, which is going to be really nice. It works really well with authority in our current empire. You're going to be automated. We got another automatic faith purchase of a monastery. Pikeman was conscripted. You were conscripted. Growth, growth. And city became religious. Alrighty. Seeking a natural wonder. The great news is once I get into this era, I will be able to vassalize this guy. So let's think about how we're going to position ourselves for the start of this war. Let's think about where are we shooting the city from. Well, we actually need builders. We need workers to chop these jungle tiles, these woods tiles out. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to get units in range to hit the city. In particular, we need to chop out this tile right here, and then I can have my catapults on these forests. So let's wake this worker up. Let's get 2 workers to support the army. Like I said, I was looking forward to having workers support my army. I'm going to move my army over here to the left. Like so. I'm only going to use three. I'm going to use 3 catapults, 1 on each of these tiles. I'm going to have pikemen here. Move forward a tile. Catapults following. And I'm going to have workers underneath 2 of these tiles to try and road up and stuff like that. And then I'll have cavalry out on the flanks. So archer, get out of the way. Pikeman needs to come forward. I need at least 3 pikemen in the front line, and then I'm ready to go. You can be automated. Okay. Oh, you need to be able to clear the marsh. Oh. Well, that kind of puts a spanner in the plan. I tell you what we'll do. We're going to purchase that tile. And we'll stick an academy there. In the meantime, what we're going to do is I'm actually going to cut this episode a little bit shorter than we're planning, so that I can do a little bit of thinking here, and then I'll go right back in, because I need to think about how I'm going to approach these things and do this sort of stuff. How do I get these universities out in a reasonable amount of time? Because the university is going to be an amazing amount of science in my empire, because I have so many forest tiles. So getting my infrastructure up is going to be sort of a question I need to think about. So I want to thank you guys very much for watching. I know this was a shorter than usual episode, but that's fine. We'll catch up. Don't worry about it. We did get a lot done in restructuring our game, and we're going to be going forward at a much quicker pace from here on out. So I want to thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. Please remember to subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. Remember to leave a like if you want to directly support my channel, and remember to leave a comment if you want to give me your feedback. Other than that, though, I want to say I love you all very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.